Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me, back again, once again, Connor Mack. Connor, how are you doing this morning?
Back again on the Saturday. Ton of games. We got double headers and ready to turn the page. Even though it was decent for me last night, a little bit of profit. It was a roller coaster of a ride for me. What about you?
It was definitely a roller coaster. I'll tell you that, Connor. We talked about it yesterday. I was like, man, am I just addicted to betting shitty team total overs? And I got exactly what I deserved yesterday for betting them. It was kind of brutal. A's, we talked about it right before the show kicks off. 14 hits, 3 runs. I had the over in that game too, so very funny there. The Pirates, my baby boys. Left runners on base, and then 1, 2, 3 inning. Well, I think he got one runner on, but 1, 2, 3 inning for position player standards against Mike Brasso. Can't give me the last run in a gigantic blowout. It was kind of brutal, just a brutal day overall. But we bounced back, obviously. No, we're not going to let it weigh on us too much. It's 162 fucking days of this thing, so not worried at the slightest. But Connor, I will say this. We played a little bit of it yesterday, and I think we need to play it again for the people that missed it. A little shorter version, but shout out to Canada Day again.
This is baseball in Canada.
We get the bonfire, eh? And then we get the darts, and then that's what we do up here in Canada, eh?
This is the game as we know it. This is baseball the Canadian way.
What better way to get into Say Hey Plays 87, Connor? What better way? Say Hey Plays 87 officially underway here. 2 doubleheaders, Connor, to start this off. 2 AL East doubleheaders. It's a very interesting slate. I feel bad for one team in this set of the doubleheaders, but we'll talk about that team here in a second. First off, we've got Blue Jays. Man, the Blue Jays were just so good last night, or I guess yesterday, because they played on Canada Day. They wore the Reds. It looked great. Lotus Gurriel, he went off. But today is an A-plus pitching matchup to start this off. I would say 2 great pitchers, maybe 2 of the top 5 Cy Young candidates right now. Shane McClanahan, Kevin Gausman here. A lot of really, really good pitching matchups today, but that leads to really difficult caps for us and tough to move on things. We'll talk about McClanahan first. His last appearance was against my Pittsburgh Pirates. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, no walks there. That was an absolute dominance performance. Before that, it was the Yankees. He also cruised on and dominated. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run off a home run, 8 Ks, 1 walk. Just dominance there. Getting a plus 117 price here today is very appealing. It's very appealing, I will admit, but the Rays offense is just putrid, and I found it very difficult to back right now. On the Blue Jays side, we've got Gausman, and he's coming off of his dominant start against the Red Sox. Maybe that's a Red Sox can't hit splitters thing. I'm not sure, but he absolutely cooked them. 7 innings, 4 hits, 10 Ks, no one runs, 2 walks. Against the White Sox before at the White Sox, he had another good appearance. 6 innings, 7 hits, but only 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, 2 walks. Ultimately, I just found this game really tough to cap. If it was the first 5 under 4, I would feel a lot more comfortable, but I have a 3.5, so it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I think this could be a little bit, maybe a letdown day, a little bit for the Blue Jays. If you got the perfect pitcher here on the mound with McClanahan. You mentioned Gausman has been pretty good that last start in Boston. I went back. You talked about the Rays. He had 1 start this year, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. This Rays team is just pitiful against righties. So I'm on the under here. All the money is on the over, and yet this line has stayed at 7.5 or gone down to 7. So I don't go too many double headers. we'll look at this one, but I'd only look at, I know it's tough, maybe just a little bit hangover. I see low scoring early. I'm on the full game under 7.5. And I'd only bet on the race if you gave me a free bet on the side here. McClanahan at that money, I'd take it.
Yeah. So is really everyone's betting the over in this game? That's pretty surprising, huh?
Yeah, I got all this tickets on it. So I got here, let me get through it. Yeah, like 58% of the tickets, and I got 87% of the money on the over.
Wow.
Yet the numbers move down. It's at 3 or 4 books already because there's some sevens at even money.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I'd stay off the game. I guess it's pretty daunting that they would make the line go down, and then you got all that money on the over. So it's gonna be a great game here in game 1 of this doubleheader. Game 2 is shitty, I guess. Drew Rasmussen's coming back from a forearm injury, I believe it was. No, it was a hamstring for him. He's coming back from a hamstring. You guys know how I feel about guys coming off injuries. Against Thomas Hatch, a former Oklahoma State guy when I was there, actually. I saw him pitching there. But called up, he's the kind of the 28th guy in the rotation or whatever you want to call it, 28th guy on the roster because of the doubleheader. So ultimately, another pass game for me. I feel the same way now about how a lot of people feel about doubleheaders. I kind of want to stay off of them as a whole, unless I really have like an angle that I like. You said that with the under in the last game. I don't like backing pitchers off the IL. Thomas Hatch is not someone I would want to back. Perhaps you could look for a team total over for the Blue Jays, but it'll probably be like a 5.5 in this kind of game. I'll look that up right now and see. But did you have anything on this game?
No, this obviously the weight. You gotta see that early morning game's gotta be big time with those pitchers on the mound. Then you'll come back, check the lineups, do all that stuff with this second game. Maybe if the Rays lose, can they salvage one? They need to win here. This team is sliding down here in the AL East. So just look for all that stuff. Maybe if the Jays drop game 1, look for him here. Rasmussen hasn't been good, lately. Like 4 of his last 5 starts, he's gotten hit a little bit. He's a guy I trusted early on, and he backed it up early for me, especially on some first 5 unders. But this is a wait and see.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially if that first game does go as quietly as we think it will be with 2 fantastic pitchers on the bump. I think a team total look could be interesting for the Blue Jays. I've got a 4.5 at -130, so that's borderline what I would play, and then 5 at let me double check. I was about to say even money. Yeah, 5 at even money. So interesting game there. I'll be tuned in and locked into game 1, which is happening here soon, actually. Happening here soon. Let's talk about the other doubleheader involving the Yankees and Guardians. We had the rainout yesterday. I had the first 5 under in that rainout game, got pushed or whatever you want to call it, canceled, voided. So we move on, but now they switched up the pitching matchups a little bit here. They took this crystal ball, shook it up. Garrett Cole in game 1 versus Captain Kirk McCarthy here. Almost -300. Almost. The books know now. The books know now not to make it a -300. They know what will happen. But another just sweet pass here. I would honestly look at a team total over for the Yankees here. At 8.5 seems pretty low. I'll double check and see if maybe I fucked that up. No, it's 8.5. So a low team total there. And let's double check because I would love to see how the Yankees did against lefties last month because they seemingly hit everyone. Last month, 124 weighted runs created plus against lefties. That's 9th. So low number there. Interesting. I was going to take the first 5 under yesterday, and the pretense that the Yankees would kind of be the offense would be a little slow, a little lethargic, coming off the flying from Houston and from Houston going there and all that stuff. But 5.5 team total is -105 and a 5 is -135. So yeah, they're expecting basically no runs from the Guardians today. So you can see that happening. So pass game for me here.
Yeah, you talked about Yankees. They got to rest up. You mentioned it might have been a first 500 that you liked yesterday. I don't know about here. McCarthy, this guy has been very good. His last start was decent in Omaha. 4 innings, he gave up nothing. But he hasn't been very good in AAA. And he already got bashed around his first stint in late April and in June. I mean, for him to go out and give 3 or 4 innings and like 1 run, that would be phenomenal. So just a tough game. You think Cole should be good. This one, yeah, I want nothing to do with Yankees almost minus 300. You got to lay it with them, the run line, team total, but they should get it done here. But it's a doubleheader. I'm off.
Yeah, my only look would be Yankees team total, or sorry, Yankees first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 125 if your books can, or your books give those out. It's minus 125, like I said. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. Shout out to Dabby Cab, who's trying to get me to bet the Yankee or bet against the Yankees here. And he's saying, I saw it at minus 300 last night. You got to bet it. Screw you, Dabby Cab. I'm not falling for your games, Dabby Cab. But shout out to you, of course, for watching, and Dutch Boy Fresh, who I saw in the chat as well. The Daily Sesh, every day, I believe it is. No, it's Monday through Friday now. I don't know if they're doing anything Saturday and Sunday because, doing a show every day, I will admit, can be taxing. But shout out to the Daily Sesh, Monday through Friday. They go on every day at 4:20 Eastern, oddly enough. So shout out to them. Going to be interesting for this game, too. We've got Nestor and Savali here, minus 175, plus 144 for Savali. Nestor, well, I'm officially on just Nestor watch because early on we talked about Nestor and we were all like, how long is it going to last? He's been pitching really well, blah, 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 blah. And now it's like, wait a second. Hold on. Let's look at him because let's talk 2 starts ago, Tampa Bay. At Tampa Bay, 4 1/3, 4 earned runs. And Tampa Bay is not a good hitting squad right now. Like, all right, sure. Last time against Houston, who I think are the best team in the American League right now. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run, 7 Ks, 2 walks. That's not nasty Nestor anymore. So we'll see. I think he'll probably go out here and shove today because the Guardians are not the best. But I'm officially going to keep my eye on Nestor and see if there's going to be some regression from his dazzling early season form. And perhaps we can fade him and spots, take a team total and stuff against him. But another pass for me. We said it like 100 times so far. Doubleheaders are just really beat.
Yeah, obviously you watch game 1. We talked about Savali's struggles on yesterday's show. Not a guy I want to back. And just from having, we mentioned he was 12-5 last year. He's just getting shelled with this ERA. This could be interesting. The Guardians have slipped off. They've hit righties a lot better. I wanted to double check their average and OPS against lefties. That has dropped. They're only hitting 222. If the Yankees win big game 1, maybe Guardians here, maybe their team total. I see it's 3.5 plus 105. I don't know. Me with these doubleheaders, I'm not going to get to the window with it, but maybe that's a look. Cortez, like you talked about, a little bit shaky, but the guy's still, what is he? 6-2, 6-3 with a 2.51 ERA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still. He's still going to be very good. Well, he still has really good numbers, I should say. Just maybe we'll see. We'll see.
I think the struggle more happens the second half. After the break. Watch some of these pitchers.
Yes, for sure. And like I said, I think I said yesterday, I think it's crazy. Just look up and it's like, oh shit, All-Star breaks in like 2 weeks. Look at that. We've been cruising along this season. Feels like just yesterday was opening day. But let's open up the show officially here, Connor, because we've finished the doubleheaders. The doubleheaders are kind of a nightmare.
You weren't even going to start the show till those are done.
No. Now the doubleheaders are kind of a gambler's nightmare now for everyone. We don't know what you're going to get in game 2, so you can't really bet it until you watch game 1. At the very, very least, we've got an excellent pitching matchup in Gausman, McClanahan. So I'll be watching that while this show's going, I think. So it'll be fun. Now, let's get to the actual games we care about. Orioles-Twins. Oh, yes. Love talking Orioles-Twins. Who doesn't? Jordan Lyles, Sonny Gray. A hell of a game yesterday. It was kind of funny. I was on Twitter, you scrolling through and it was just like a 20-minute suck fest over the Orioles bullpen. I was like, oh my God, this bullpen's so good. Oh, there's not a better foursome in the league, and no one knows these guys. And then maybe 20 minutes later, Luis Ariz single, and then Byron Buxton just goes yard, walk off. Great scenes there. Byron Buxton, not an all-star starter, but he was on my ballot. I'll tell you that. Crazy that he was not, in my opinion. But it's just a Minnesota Twins fan base. But we've got Jordan Lyles versus Gray here, and by God, Sonny Gray, man. That pitching coach that left from Minnesota to go to LSU, he really worked wonders. He really did. He revived Chris Archer, who I thought was done fucking 5 years ago. And Sonny Gray, who, again, I thought he was done a while ago, has revived both of them. So crazy that he left to go to LSU for that whole thing. Shout out to him. Sonny Gray, his last appearance was at Cleveland, and just – I don't know when's the last time Sonny Gray went 7 innings. 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 Ks, 1 walk. Just a great start for Sonny Gray, and shout out to him. But minus 230, maybe a little too juiced for me. Maybe a little too much for Sonny. So I had to pass here. I would much rather play the Orioles. If I had to play a side, it'd be Orioles money line here. Maybe even Orioles team totals, because though Sonny Gray has been pitching well, I would like to see him continue to do it, I guess. He's just going to continue to make me a believer. By the way, he pitched 7 innings already once this year against Detroit, so that makes a whole lot of sense of why he would go 7 there again. But, yeah, another pass for me. Lean towards a Baltimore, like team total or something of that nature, but minus 230 is just way too much for me to bet.
Yeah, Gray's been sneaky good. It's good to see him pitching well, like you talked about. It's all with him, that curveball. He works that well. He's rolling. We talked about it happened last night again, Jose. Minnesota's 5-0 straight up, the last 5 at home with Baltimore. But Baltimore's covered the run line, the plus 1.5. Yep. They've all been run games. Their last 8 and 9 in Minnesota, and 9 of 11 have gone under. The one stayed under yesterday. So that's very interesting. Lyles is just not a guy I want to back. Maybe if I back him, Orioles are at home. But, man, I do like this Orioles team. They've made me good money all year. I just don't like them on the road as much in this spot. But the number's too big, I think, with the Twins. I do like this team. I think they win the division if they can hold up, especially with the pitching they have. They can stay healthy. But yeah, too big a number here. Team total 5.5. It's plus 110, 115. The 4.5 is probably 135, 140. If you don't mind the juice, maybe they get to Lyles. He's a regularly who gives up at least around 3 or 4. So maybe look that way.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly with your a little too high of the juice for Sonny Gray. Minus 230 is just a little aggressive. And I do like your take about the Twins. Preseason, I was on Twins Watch saying if they start struggling and they start tanking or whatever, they might trade Carlos Correa. And I'm glad that they've done the complete 180 and seemingly are going to win this division. I've said for a couple days now that the White Sox are done in my book. I wrote off the White Sox. Maybe they have a nice second half comeback here, but I've wrote them off. I think this is Twins. I think it's Twins-Guardians. Which is crazy to say. Did not expect that to say that in the preseason. So Johnny Gonzalez asking about thoughts for the game total. Real quick, I would probably lean towards the over just because of how low scoring that game was last night and the bullpen pieces used last night as well.
Yeah, I have nothing on that total.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have anything official, but that'd just be my first thoughts. And Real Deal Prime saying Colbin Rock before, just saying. And I saw someone else saying that they liked a Cleveland Guardians team total against them, a really low, 2.5 or a 3.
Yeah. Hey, you know me. Anytime you could fade Garrett Cole at that number, I am all for it. I just got to try to pick my spots with it. So I don't blame you guys. Shit.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly there. Let's move on to the other A-plus 5-star pitching matchup we've got here today. Logan Webb, especially Logan Webb at home versus Dylan Cease. Both of these guys have been shoving their last 2 starts coming into this appearance. It was a 1-0 game yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's incredible what I don't know what I like more, honestly, Connor. I really don't know if I like the 10-9 games or the 1-0 games. It's just there's something about them that just really hit, and I think they were just really funny. But Cease versus Baltimore last time out, 7 innings, 4 hits, 13 Ks, 1 walk, and that earned run came off a home run. Webb last time out versus the Reds, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, not earned, 6 Ks, 2 walks. This is just going to be a great, great pitching matchup. The total at 7. It's been a while since I've seen a 7, but it might be worth it. It might be worth the look. Is the first 5 3? Is the first 5 3 if that's a 7? Jesus.
Yeah, it should be a 3.5. Hold on.
I'm gonna look that up right now here, and I'll tell you. Yeah, it's a 3.5 minus 115. Yeah, that's just crazy, man. It's just probably another under here, but another pass. It's just so tough to differentiate. If the sides were flipped and it was White Sox at home, I would probably back the White Sox. So, obviously don't like Logan Webb on the road as much, but it is his friendly confines. He's that guy here. Let me pull up Logan Webb's home road splits from this year because I don't want to just be talking about last year Logan Webb because I'm sure he's fixed his home road splits a little more, but yeah, it's
He's been better of late. Yeah,
2.4 ERA at home in 48 innings pitched in a 3.77 away. So still, I mean, it's better than last year. Obviously, last year it was more drastic, a sub 2 and a 4 on the road and home. But yeah, it's just another pass game. This is going to be an awesome game to watch, though.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Both these pitchers have been throwing, their best this last month. Both have been phenomenal, and both how you look at both these teams swinging it. I don't know how you don't want the under. If they go out and score, this is a 6-5 game. It's just kind of what that is. This to me is just you take the under or you pass in this one. Last night was nothing. I'm glad I stayed off that game and just watched it and saw 0 after 0 after 0. Cease has been phenomenal. Maybe he gets a little bit touched on the road. I lean the Giants at home with Logan Webb. Like we talked about, people were ragging on him a little bit, but spring training was cut short for some of these guys. Maybe these guys all weren't working out. They were waiting on this shit. So, he wasn't, but he seems like the last 3 or 4 starts, especially at home, like you mentioned, he's been rounding into Logan Webb of last year. So this would be the under, and I'd lean the Giants if you like the side here.
Couldn't agree more. The only issue, obviously, with the Giants is D. Jenkins is saying is sus bullpen, just super sus bullpen. So,
yeah.
No thanks. That's why there are no official plays here from either of us. Real quickly, I'm going to pull up Ballpark Pal. And by the way, Ballpark Pal, it's seemingly since we started plugging it a little more, and this year it's got a little more publicity. It's getting upgrades. They're upgrading the look. They're giving us more things. It looks very nice. I'll say this. According to Ballpark Pal, there's 17 mile-an-hour winds out, but we know in Oracle it's all swirling and moving around and whipping. So it's 25% less likelihood for home runs and minus 8% less likelihood for runs in general. So
there you go. That wind, take with a grain of salt, like you talked about. And it was blowing pretty good last night, whipping around. So that didn't do shit.
Yeah, so no thanks. That wind will fuck you up. No thanks there. Miami Marlins, Washington Nationals here. And I will admit, I was curious because we talked about yesterday. I said full line value on the A's. A's win 3-1 with fucking slapdick Caprillion on the bump here. Gets his first win. Looked like Caprillion of last year of almost AL Rookie of the Year. But I asked Jimmy, my good pal Jimmy, if there's any line value on today. And he said there's no full line values, but there are some 70, 60 percenters. And one of them are the Washington Nationals here. One of them are the Washington Nationals here. The other one I did write down. Let me check. There's 3. It was the Washington Nationals. It was the Chicago White Sox we just talked about. Line value on them, which kind of makes sense. Dylan Cease plus money, all that good stuff, sure. And the Padres, who we'll talk about later. So Nats were the first one, though, the top one with the most line value here, minus 110. And truthfully, just that alone would make me want to bet it because that stuff has been successful. Shout out to B Lab who was tracking it a bunch. It's been plus 4 units last month. Right now in Nationals Park, we've got 8-mile-an-hour winds out to center field. Jackson Tetro truly does not inspire confidence. It's not like I want to back him on start to start, but 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, 2 walks at Texas. Great start. And then versus the Philadelphia Phillies, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. Only none of them were earned. 2 Ks, 2 walks. So maybe they found something here. Maybe he's a lot better than we think. Daniel Castano, not a guy I want to back in any circumstance, really. I'm going to pull up his numbers real quick again here because I kind of think, I don't know, maybe I'm a little remembering something wrong. He's a home road splits guy, kind of. No, not really. He's only got 6 innings pitched on the road this year. So wouldn't even have to worry about that. And career, it's about the same. So, yeah, line value on the Nationals apparently, but no movement here. I'm sorry there's a lot of passes so far in these games, but nothing that I can really, feel confident about betting right now.
Yeah, a couple of guys who just haven't pitched too many games, but both their starts have been pretty good. Castano and Jackson here. Marlins got in, got out yesterday. First 5, I talked about how they've gone into Washington and keep winning. That's 5 in a row. I get the value. The Nats need to be, I guess if this price you like it, it's just not enough. I'd even need some plus money right now with the Nationals to take them. Plus 125 would look a lot better. This one I'm just passing. I got in and out with Miami. I kind of be on them again. I don't like, Jazz is out, all that stuff. I got 6 runs early yesterday. So this one's just a pass for me.
Yeah, no, and Don Mack saying perfectly here, Castano's last start was pretty good, but I'm not going to read too much into that. His 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs off 1 home run, 4 Ks, 2 walks against the Mets. So good start, but yeah, he's a major league pitcher. That'll happen. He'll have a good start, and that's why he's there. But it's what people say. It's volatility. It's something you want a pitcher that you can predict. That's why everyone's favorite guy last year was Tyler Mahle. He was super predictable. So ultimately it's just a pass game here, and it'll be interesting. And JPZ's on Marlins money line, so it'll be fun. I was pretty surprised to see that it was a -110 each way. I mean, I will admit that. So.
Yeah, Marlins keep winning there, so I don't blame anyone.
All right, next game, and this game actually fucked me up because there's a couple games that fucked me up because of pitching matchup things. There was no pitcher last night for the Brewers. It was Zach Thompson for the Pirates. Now we've got Aaron Ashby, and we've got Bryce Wilson back from the dead. A pitcher that I thought it was good for a while, and it's just turned out not to be good at all. So we'll talk about Bryce Wilson first here. I do not have him capped. Like I said, I had my man fucking whatever his name is, Zach Thompson, who is a pain in the ass to look up now on Fangraphs because there's another Zach Thompson on the Cardinals, and they just spelled the Z, or they're spelled the same way except for a K and an H at the end. So it's very annoying. But his last time out, Wilson, he went back-to-back against the Cardinals, and he got crushed both times, and there was a long layoff in between them too, so he's been called up and down. His minor league appearances, last time was on the 26th, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, 3 Ks, 2 walks, I guess. He had a really good start, 7 innings, 7 and a third innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks, no walks. But ultimately, I'm not going to back any Pirates pitcher under any circumstance. However, I said the other day I'm going to continue to back the Pirates. Doesn't matter if they lose a game, and it's close. It was close as well. That team total, getting fucking 1-2-3 by Mike Brasso will hurt me a little bit. The 27th against lefties. This is Aaron Ashby's first start back from a forearm injury, which, truthfully, anytime a pitcher gets a forearm injury, I think they're like done. I think I always assume like, TJ's coming. Forearm strains are usually like coded language for we don't know exactly if it's a torn fucking ligament in there, so they try to figure it out in the time being. So I'm not going to trust Ashby on his first start back. I'm looking up what the Pirates team total is right now because obviously I'll be making that official. It'll be 3.5 at -105. Officially official for me Pirates team total there.
You know what? I like it, Jose. I like it a lot. I don't trust Ashby, the arm injury. He was not looking well before he left, and now
No.
he's kind of come back. And this is a different Pirates offense. You know, it was rough yesterday. Holy shit.
God damn
Wow.
it was. And
Yeah.
it was so brutal. And Connor, I watched every single pitch of that game. Every single pitch. Because I am a pseudo Pirates fan because I bet on them essentially every game. And it's a 3. And yesterday I had a 3. So I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck. I hope the Brewers score 30 runs in this game because I wanted the position player in. And I got exactly what I wanted. And Mike Brasso, turns out he throws better than every other position player. I was hoping for a Brett Phillips lob balls for literally just 1 run. And I couldn't get it. The best part about it was that I got a runner on, too. I was like, oh, perfect. I got a guy on, just hit a home run, and we're good. But I didn't get it. So I think, obviously, after getting embarrassed yesterday, I think the Pirates will come back with some fire here. And it'll be interesting.
Yeah, real quick. Obviously, Pirates got that win the other day, but Milwaukee still owns the shit out of them. I think we mentioned yesterday the last 10, 9-1. Straight up. Real quick, Pirates, 5 of their last 6 have gone over, and 7 of the last 8 for the Brew Crew. With these 2 pitchers on the mound, Wilson, one of his best starts way back April 27th, 4 innings, no runs against the Brewers. But I see runs here. I'd lean over. I guess if you want to take a shot, if he could do something for you, take these Pirates first 5 plus 170. You have to hope Wilson's good because he has not been good. He's given up 7 both times the last time he took the bump.
Yep.
So over.
Against the Cardinals both times too. And what's funny about that too, when you look at his game log, it's like one of those starts. Well, let me double check to make sure. One of those starts was on the 14th this month, or I guess last month, and then the other one was on the previous month. So he got crushed both times for 7 innings, both times against the Cardinals. You know what? Maybe the Bryce Wilson just can't pitch against the Cardinals. Maybe that's what they just figured out that time. So shout out to Bryce Wilson. I hope he has a good start today. But I'm on Pirates team total over 3.5 here. Let's get some runs, Pirates. Today's the day. Let's raise it up again. Let's move about this next game here. We've got Cardinals-Phillies here. And my guy, Matty Liberatore, back up in the majors. He got called down or sent down. He pitching me games down there. And I wouldn't even say it was because he was pitching poorly. He pitched pretty well when he was in the majors. His last start before getting called down was a 5-run, I believe. Let me pull it up to make sure because I only wrote down his last minor league starts. It was against the Pirates Classic. 5 innings, only 3 hits, no earned runs there. Gets called down, goes back to the minors. 7 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 home runs, 7 Ks, 1 walk last time, and then 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 Ks, 2 walks. Is it going to be a case where you send down the young pitcher to taste the minor leagues again, to make him realize, like, I'm not all that good yet, like, I've still got to work my ass off, all that good stuff? Or is he just not that good right now? Because he was one of the top prospects going into it. I kind of liked him going into the season, but he just has not pitched well. I don't want to back him coming off 5 earned runs in AAA. No thanks. Yeah. Kyle Gibson, in his own right, has been shaky, but he's a good overall pitcher. But I'll tell you this. This is the game that Ballpark Pal has lit up in green. 8-mile-an-hour winds out to right center. 35% chance, more likelihood for home runs, and 16% more likelihood for runs today as well. I took the over in this game yesterday. I fell short by 2 runs. I felt kind of robbed. Throughout that whole game, I was like, oh, okay, this game's going to go over. And then the zeros kept coming, and I was like, okay, where's the run? And then the 9th inning came along, and then no runs came. So I was like, what the hell happened? 5-3 loss. So I will say the number has jumped up, too. It's now at a 10 on Bovada, 10 at -105. So, yeah, pass game for me here, unfortunately, but it would be a lean towards the over, maybe even a Phillies spot here. But I'll be interested to see how Matty Lib does here.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? I mean, Flaherty, he's got problems. He can't stay healthy, and seems like when he's pitching, he just gets ripped around. Something's really wrong. Obviously, Matz is still out with a bad back. Liberatore, junk ball guy, but he walks too many people. He doesn't throw hard enough. Phillies hit lefties well. This one was tough. I think the line's pretty good here. Cardinals kind of choked it, coughed it up there, being up 3-0. Arenado broke out of his slump with the cycle, but it didn't mean anything.
You would think that when someone hits for the cycle, the game would be more high scoring. That's just me. Whenever I see, someone hit for the cycle, he's probably got like 5 RBIs by himself. Fucking annoying as hell.
Yeah, so this I'm staying off. You mentioned it. It sounds all good for runs. Now it's at 10, but I'm not so sure. Both these teams have been playing to the under lately, but I don't trust that Phillies bullpen. They've been skating by a little bit lately, and the Cardinals, to me, too, are just average. Man, they scared the shit out of me closing out games at times. I don't blame anyone to see the Cardinals here at a plus price. And you talked about Gibson. He's just a hum-ho, 4-3, 3.5, 4 ERA type guy. So just difficult game here, kind of for me to cap. So I passed.
Yeah, Christopher Commentini saying best here, lean over, but 10's high. And Trevor Loudon agreeing with you on the walks of Liberatore. Walks a ton of dude, but he hates the Phillies bats. It's just tough. It's tough. It's a super tough game. Like I said, it's a super tough card, and I really wish that there were some good plays all throughout the good card. But we'll say this: shout out to Ron Crawford, spreadsheet play of the day on these Philadelphia Phillies. So always something to keep an eye on. Shout out to Ron Crawford, cash and plays left and right. All right, let's move on. Next game. Thank you, Ron, for putting that in the chat as well. We've got Angels, Houston. The only game that I really was spot on yesterday. The only game that I felt good about. The number just kept coming down for this game, and it really made no sense to me. It was 8, then it was a 7.5, and I was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" And Shohei hits a home run in the first inning, and I was like, "All right, here we go, even scoring. It's gonna be a good game." And then the Astros just score like 8 runs, 1 inning, and it's like, well, all right, well, at least I get the over. What can we say about my man Christian Javier yesterday, too? I thought he was going to struggle. He pitched even better. And he gave up hits, but it didn't even matter. He had the career high in Ks. Just absolutely incredible performance for him. Urquidy, another one of my guys. It's so frustrating, Connor, because the Astros have been the dawns of this, league, the American League. You got to get through the Astros to get through them. But I like Urquidy, I like Javier, I like Framber, and those are just 3 pitchers that if they're at home too, they're something else, man. They're really good, and that's why it's so tough. It is so tough. So I have to say, truthfully, I'd lean towards the over here again. I think that can the Angels come back here, because that was embarrassing yesterday. Houston against lefties that last month, 151 weighted runs created plus. That's 3rd in the league. Patrick Sandoval, not a lefty that, he's been good this year, 3-2 with a 2.6 ERA, but I think the Astros can get him here. His last appearance was 5 innings, 8 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks against the Seattle Mariners, who truthfully are just my biggest disappointment all year. And we mentioned Urquidy. Though I said he's better at home, it didn't matter last time at the Yankees. 7 innings, 1 earned run, and then the Mets, 6 innings, 1 earned run there too before that. So, truthfully, I think I'm going to lean towards an over, and I might get to the window with this one.
Yeah, this one's tough for me. As much as I jump right back on, I know you had the over. That Astros team total right away, that was plus 110. Great yesterday. I was like, shit. Can't they all be that easy?
Yeah, right.
I wish. But, that's 4.5 again. I get plus 105 here. I looked at it, but Sandoval has been actually good on the road. This guy, he's not this good, but he's been pitching this well, and his road splits has been just as good on the road as he's been at home. I think the total is a little bit light. I'm just staying off here. I don't know why. I think I could get burnt today. You got to wait and see. The lineup too in this one. Pena was back yesterday. I don't know if Alvarez with a concussion will be back. If he is, yeah, this one's right on the edge for me. I don't know if I can get to the window. I did look Kyle Tucker 4 for 8, maybe looking for an extra over 1.5 bases. 4 for 8, 2 homers. His homers plus 450. Even a lefty on lefty there off Sandoval as a success.
Well, Connor, I don't know if this will convince you to move on it, but I am going to move on that Houston team total. I've got even money at 4.5. The thing that had pushed me over, obviously, Patrick Sandoval has seen these Astros a little bit. Career against the Astros, and maybe we can throw out these numbers because he's been better this year than any other year he's had, but career against the Astros, 0-3 with a 7.78 ERA.
They've gotten to him. Yeah.
This year, he's pitched against them once, 4 innings of 4 hit, 1 run, no earned run ball. So he's pitched well against them this year. But if he only goes 4 innings, you give me an Angels bullpen, I'll take it. I will take it. So give me that.
Astros, you like, okay. You could even go first 5.5, but I'd want that Angels bullpen. And you mentioned it. They have this ton of success off him. So I might get there too. I'm thinking about, you know what? And he's due. He is due for a shitty start. He's kept everything basically a quality start, just about. He's only given up 3. He had 1 bad start at home, Toronto. I remember that game, May 29th. I think it was on the Blue Jays. So other than that, he's skated by. So, and his last 2 starts, both against the Mariners.
Yeah, I would love if Jordan is in this game. I was pretty surprised he's concussed. I don't know. Maybe watching football has just made me like just immune. I was like, that's a concussion? Like, it didn't even look that bad. And Jeremy Pena's back in there. Maybe it's just his young, spry legs. Who knows? But yeah, team total over 4.5 for me. I like it. It makes a whole lot of sense. Houston against lefties last month smashed. So yeah, let's talk about this next game. Spencer Strider, Tyler Mahle. I would say if you watch this program, this is a pitcher's delight here for us. I really like Spencer Strider, and of course, I didn't back him last time because I was a little thrown off with his Giants start where he went 3 2/3, 6 hits, 6 earned runs. I was like, man, I'll take a break from backing him. And of course, against the Dodgers, he goes out there, dominates, 6 innings, 5 hits, 7 Ks, no walks, which was the most impressive part of that whole thing. So I would love to back him here, but Tyler Mahle is a decent pitcher in his own right. I'm going to pull up Tyler Mahle's home road splits right now because that's kind of his, like, what he's known for in the gambling circles. Big home road splits guy. It's so funny to look at him. 47 innings pitched at home this year. He's got a 5.13 ERA at home. And of course, on the road, 40 innings, a 3.83 ERA. So better, maybe not like elite, but obviously better. And that's probably has to do with the Red Stadium being such a hitter-friendly ballpark as well. Also contributes to that factor. Why is this a 9? Why is this not going over again? I mean, the Braves obviously did their thing last night. I had the Reds team total, and they just did not come to play. They had opportunities. Like Joey Votto had a chance late to get some runs, but of course, I think he flied out, threw his bat on the floor in anger. I was right there with him. I had my bat, obviously. I threw it down on the floor for fucking Reds. So tired of them. But yeah, it'd be another overlook for me. And unfortunately, the Braves team total is a 5 right now, minus 110. So probably just over a pass for me.
Yeah, I think this is the Braves or nothing here. I think, at 9, it could get over again. You talked about it, the Reds. They had some chances. They just couldn't get anything done. Spencer Strider looked good that last start against the Dodgers. I don't know. Sometimes they go in here in Cincinnati. They kind of were a little sleep early. Then they poured it on. But this is Braves. I don't know if I want to go run line, first 5 full game. But I'm going to look at them here again today. I think they get it done. They're just starting to hit real well. And Tyler Mahle, he's a tough guy to figure out. He just can be on. He can get just ripped. Dodgers ripped him that last start. I remember, 10 days ago. So difficult guy to read. So I'd lean over with you, and some Braves in some fashion here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's Braves some form or fashion here over. I think we're on the right path here, but I can't make anything official, unfortunately. Can't make anything official. It's a lot of passes, and I'm sorry. I wish there was a lot more action on these cards, but like my father, Jimmy the Bag, says, we're not here to give out plays. We're here to make money, and I'm trying to make money right there along with you guys. Struggling post grad college student needs funds, and he cannot make bad bets. Cannot make bad bets because then he won't have anything to eat. Let's talk about this next game. And this is another game that fucked me up pitching matchup wise. I capped it with Brady Singer on the bump, and they said, nope. The Boob Man, Chris Bubich, is starting today. Why is he starting today? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. My last memory of Chris Bubich, and I'm going to pull up his game logs right now, is he got fucking crushed last time out. And this pitching matchup was late because I didn't even update his record. He's 1-5. He got crushed against the Texas Rangers last time out. 4 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, only 4 of them earned. He was pitching well-ish up until that point. I'm angry at the Royals because I like Brady Singer. I think Brady Singer's a good pitcher. If the Royals don't like Brady Singer, I would love if the Red Sox took a chance on a young arm like that. But it's just another pass game for me because the fucking Tigers are horrific on offense. Horrific on offense. And I can't do it. I cannot do it with either one of these teams. And of course, by the way, Connor, I slandered Brad Keller all up and down yesterday. Of course you fucking dominance. Of course. So, pass.
Here we go. This game we talked about was 6 in a row between these two teams. Went under again. I know Bubich is on the mound, and these pitchers are horrible. Tigers are starting to hit lefties better. 266 coming around a tiny bit. There's just no way. So I can back the Royals and Bubich. I know Bo Brisky's on the mound here, and it's difficult, but this would be Tigers or pass. Buckner behind the plate. He's 11-3 to the home team. Just a couple leans I was looking at, some extra stuff. So I'm going with the Tigers here at home against the lefty. I got -112.
You want to hear something? Shout out to Johnny Gonzalez, who just mentioned Bo Brisky's home road splits. Connor, you'll laugh at this. At home, 29 innings, a 2.76 ERA. On the road, 34 innings pitched. He's got a 6 ERA. So, yeah, Tigers are pass. Tigers are pass from here. So, nothing I want here. This is a shit game. Nothing here. A bum fight. Gross. Next game, we've got Paul Blackburn versus George Kirby, A's Mariners, and what a disappointment this game was for me yesterday. But I'm trying to give myself reasons why we shouldn't be backing Paul Blackburn every first 5 now. Like I'm trying to. Ian's been doing it the whole year. He's a great first 5 monster. His last start against the Yankees, we remember it well, or at least I do. Because it was a -300 fade for me. And it went well. The first 5 innings went great. The A's figured their shit out offensively. He held the Yankees to 3 earned runs through 5, 2 home runs. Classic Yankees there. 7 Ks, 2 walks. And of course, the second he came out, it all exploded and the Yankees went off and won the game. And I lost the bet when I shouldn't have. I should have been making first 5 full games. George Kirby is coming off of his own shit start as well. 4 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned runs off 4 home runs against the Baltimore Orioles. I think he'll pitch better here, obviously. 4 home runs in 1 start. Doesn't happen all too often. I remember one of those was Adley Rutschman as well. Shout out to Adley. But I think ultimately I wanted to take the A's here, but the offense just makes me hesitant. Kirby, I think he's going to pitch well here. A low total makes me think as well that this could be like a 0-0, 1-2 type first 5 type thing. So I just didn't have an edge here. Unfortunate. It sucks.
Yeah, this one's difficult a little bit for me. But one thing, Blackburn's been phenomenal, like you talked about. And I think the time was to jump on him and maybe even today, because after the All-Star break, I think he's a fade. I mean, this guy, his whole career has not been that great. Even in the minors, is a 4.5 type ERA guy. Mariners 32 at bats, 11 hits are at 344. Not a huge sample size. You mentioned Kirby's had some good starts. He got ripped in his last one. Did you say the A's had value on the thing today or no?
No, it was Nationals, White Sox, Padres.
I think the A's could have a little bit of value here today. The Mariners just shouldn't be this big a price. You know, A's got it done last night. I lean A's, and you're right. I think this could be under again. I think this could be too low. And I know these pitchers didn't pitch good. I lean over 7.5. I don't know if I get to the window, but
1-0 Blue Jays, by the way, according to Puzzler.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
about to put that game on. I need to do that right now. You know what, Connor? DC's comment here saying over is 5-0-2 in Blackbird's last 7 starts, and over is 8-1 in last starts for him. I think I'm going to write down Oakland first 5 money line. It's plus 125 for me. Don Mack has it at plus 140 as well, and Don Mack also mentioning the home road splits or just McClanahan being better at home, or sorry, not McClanahan, Blackburn being better at home. On the road, excuse me again. But let me pull them up again just to reference them accurately real quick. It is quite astonishing. Maybe he just I actually attribute it to, I think it's kind of funny when I think about it, because the Coliseum is just so shit. You feel like you're in AAA again. And when you go on the road, all of the stadiums and all of the amenities are so much better that I bet you the A's players just enjoy playing on the road more. 50 innings pitched on the road this year, a 1.44 ERA. 30 innings pitched at home, a 5.87. So I think that's gonna make me officially move on A's first 5 money line. You know, he's been a monster all year. I've known this the whole year, and I have not really backed him all too much. But I'll back him here today against the Mariners team that's been fucking disappointing.
Yeah, they shouldn't be this number. You know, this would be 8. I know this is a bump fight. A lot of people don't want to maybe bet this game, but yeah, first 5 with Blackburn here. But as the year goes on, I'll fade him more and more. I think he tires out. He's never really gone through a full season if you look up his numbers. So whether he's been up in the bigs and he falls down to AAA, gets hurt, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. All right. So, and by the way, the Raven and the Desert mentioned this. Oakland officials voted to keep the A's in Oakland. They voted to I don't know what all the fucking technical mumbo jumbo is, but they basically said yes to like a housing thing by the Bay, and you're on baseball Twitter. You've probably seen little mock-ups of the baseball stadium like right beside the water. So they basically they accepted or sanctioned that area and shit. It's still like a long ways to go to build the stadium and obviously and get all that shit done, but it obviously is the closest the A's have been to keeping the A's for the longest time. Like we've been talking like the last 2 months. It's like the Vegas A's, the Vegas A's, the Vegas A's, them removing their relocation fee. Another thing that's like Vegas A's, Vegas A's. So it's going to be interesting because if the A's do get their shit together, build that stadium by the Bay, Tampa Bay, you're next. You're next on the Vegas train. And the Vegas Rays, Connor?
Vegas Rays.
I think you would much rather have the Rays than the A's in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I guess. They're not original, I would say. You know? Neither. But yeah. I'll go to the games.
Oh, yeah. Connor will be a season ticket holder. Why don't you split the season tickets? I can see it right now. You, Dutch, Ski, season ticket holder, splitting them.
Yeah.
I can picture it. I can picture it now. Oh, man, what a beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight would be. By the way, they have to have I don't know if it'll be a open stadium, but I was going to say retractable roof on the days that the roof's open. That stadium's just going to be billowing with smoke because everyone's going to be smoking weed and just chilling. And it'll be a great time. It'll be a great time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Las Vegas baseball has a clear image in my head. So I can see it now. Let's talk about this next game. Another game that fucked me up pitching matchup wise. I had RJ Alvarez for the longest time starting. I was like, who the fuck is that? Of course, I did research on him. I was like, oh my God, he's a 10-year vet. He's making his first start in the majors since 2015. What a story. And then I look on Bovada like 20 minutes before the show. Trevor Williams. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
fuck. All right, well, of course. So ultimately, I had another pass here. Trevor Williams is kind of like their like breaking case of emergency starter. Essentially, he's been bullpen starter kind of the whole year. So I'll be interested to see how he does. But Martin Perez at plus 113 price is obviously a little appealing for bettors. I want to check how Mets have been doing against lefties this month, or this last month, I should say. While I do that, Connor, I'll let you have the floor. What do you have on this game?
You know what? This one's tough. Perez has been so good all year long. He finally, what was it, the Royals? He gives up 4 runs his last start. That's more of the Perez I used to remember. He's either really on or he can get really ripped. This one was tough. Yesterday, I thought I was going to get that over. I was like, that would have been, if I would have hit that, it would have been a good day for me. It was 3-4, top 6, and just nothing else. So it's difficult. I'd like to take the over here, but I'm not. It's another hot day, there. Wind's blowing out to center, right center. It's just, will Perez be on? You talked about the Mets, what is their numbers? I have them cooling off a little bit of late, still 244 on the year.
Yeah, I've got them the last month, 23rd against lefties, 99 weighted runs per plus 100 is average. So I'll say it. This is a Perez spot, first 5 for me.
Yeah.
I could easily see him. You mentioned this last start against the Royals getting touched up a little bit. I thought the same thing after his start against the White Sox. Don Mack saying he remembers capping that game. KC kills lefties at home. The White Sox kills lefty in general. I could see it, guys. I could see Martin having a good start here today. For sure. I'll be interested to see how it goes. I want to pull up the first 5 number because I bet you it's a shitty number too, because I bet you the books also can see a Martin Perez. I wonder if you even get plus money, truthfully. I wonder if it'll be like a minus 110, minus 105, minus 105 for me. Jesus. Yeah. So that's tough. That's the books know, guys. The books know. So I'm gonna move on from this game. Connor, you had nothing on this one?
Yeah, you can't trust Williams. At times he's been good, but he should get touched. I looked at the Rangers team total, but it's 4.5. I mean, can they get 5? I don't know. Yeah, DC in the chat. That's what I'm going off to. I see a bunch of unders in the past in interleague and the last 5 of 6, and that over got me yesterday. So yeah, I got to stay off the total here as well.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I agree wholeheartedly. This is a pass game for me. But I'll be interested to see if the Rangers can come through for Martin Perez here with the bats. I will be very interested to see. All right, next game in our slate is obviously the game that I just, it's one of my fucking flaws as a capper, as a human being. I constantly forget to write down and cap Red Sox games. And here we are again. We've got Josh Winkowski versus Alec Mills here. And the last time we remember Alec Mills, he was throwing a no-hitter in the majors. That was the last moment of limelight he has. Quietly in Wrigleyville, he's been struggling. His last 3 appearances for him, and it's only been 1 start, but 3 appearances, or, I should say he's going to have a couple appearances, but it's been 5 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 2 earned runs. That was since the 12th on, and that was against the Cardinals, at my Pirates, and versus the Padres. So after an embarrassing loss yesterday, I think the Red Sox can bounce back. The bullpen will make me want to throw myself off a building, run in traffic, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what's going to be like until closer to the trade deadline. Hansel Robles is dead to me, by the way, as well. I'd like to make that note official. But Josh Winkowski has pitched better. He's pitched better as of late. It's been impressive. His first start in the majors, he was a little nervous, walking dudes. That wasn't the guy we saw in the minor leagues, but lately he's been pitching well at Cleveland, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, 1 walk. And that was the start where it really proved to me that he's like, okay, so he might stay in the majors. he might stay in the majors and be that guy after even Chris Sale comes back. Maybe he stays in the majors and becomes a bullpen arm, but he's pitched well. I would rather back the Red Sox here, obviously. There's no surprise there, me saying that, especially with Alec Mills on the bump. I'm going to pull up, actually, and the numbers have increased for the Red Sox, too. It's minus 153 for the Red Sox now, plus 129 for Alec Mills, and a 9.5 still. I'm not surprised there. First 5 minus a half is minus 110, and I'm going to move on that, actually, now that I see that. I think that's pretty crazy to see, but first 5 for me.
Yeah, I was looking first 5. I'm just going to go full game here with the Red Sox on the run line. I'm getting plus 110. I'll roll with that instead of first 5, but I don't mind that play at all. What happened to Mills? This guy kind of was able to pitch well, I remember last year. I mean, for him, decent quality starts at times. He's just been shelled, and you talk about, especially lately, the long ball has gotten him. And good old Josh, I think this kid could stay. I think they didn't want to bring him up this early, Jose, but if he's going to pitch this well, they need pitchers. And if he can continue to pitch well, he might just stick in this rotation. So you talked about a Cubs came back, won yesterday. In this one, I'd lean over. I'm not going to play the total here, but I think the Red Sox pound Mills and get to him. So I like the number here today.
Yeah, I got them first 5 minus a half, minus 110. I think that's a shocking number. By the way, Rays are now threatening. So 1-0 right now, but they've got 2 guys on. I didn't see how many outs there are, but 2 guys on for the Rays against Gausman. Yeah, you're right about Winkowski, though. I did not think they're going to bring him up this quickly. And, you know, the thing, I'll go on a little Red Sox thing here real quick. The thing that's been like the most surprising thing in the last couple of years is Chaim Bloom. All of his guys are coming through, and it's shocking. Like Franchi Cordero last year, we kind of all wrote him off. And now he's turned into a great first baseman. Not defensively, he sucks ass defensively, but he's seeing the ball well. He's disciplined. He gets on base. He gets hits. Josh Winkowski's turned out to be really good. Well, not really good, but he's turned out to be good. Rob Refsnyder, another signing Chaim Bloom's made, has turned out to be all right. It's been shocking to see, and it's really reassuring when you have a competent general manager at the helm. It is very, very reassuring. So shout out to him and shout out to the Red Sox. But enough about the Red Sox. Let's move on to your guys here, Connor. An electric game by Gonsolin yesterday. Probably the best game he's pitched in his career, I'd say. And it was just overall a great game and fun to watch. But we move on to today, and Yu Darvish at a plus 126 price, Connor. Very interesting. Very interesting to me. I'm sure his first 5 number is a lot lower. And shout out to Dabby Cab, who's maybe watching the show still. He loves himself some Yu Darvish. And I would not be surprised if he's on Yu Darvish today. Money line plus 110. If I was allowed to bet on Yu Darvish, that's what I would do. But I told my guy Cab that I would not bet on Yu Darvish because I would jinx him and lose the momentum that he has. So it would be Yu Darvish again for me, and I think I say that every time he's out here. Yu Darvish first 5, but I cannot bet it. Shout out to Dabby Cab and the Daily Sesh Monday through Friday at 4:20 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so why can't you bet it?
Because
you just don't want it?
No, because I would love to bet it, Connor, but I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of honor. I did this against with Justin Verlander. He was telling me to bet Verlander for a long time. I was like, nah. Oh, by the way, 2-0 Guardians. Hate to see that off of Garrett Cole. So shout out to the guy 2.5 that team total. But I bet on Verlander joining him one day, and that was the day. I think it was against the White Sox, where it was like 2 outs left in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the 5th, and we needed just to get the out to win the first 5, and then he gives up 2 back-to-back home runs into the Crawford boxes. We lose, and then ever since that day, I was like, all right, Cab, well, I jinxed you the one time. I'm not going to do it against Yu Darvish, and it's been the whole year now that I've not bet Yu Darvish first 5s, and he's dominated. He's like 7-0-1 or some shit like that too, so he's been great.
Yeah, I'd be on the under here. I've been on him the last 2 days. I'd be on the under here. I can't explain Anderson, how well he's pitched throughout the year. The one thing, if Darvish, if you see him right away, if he's off, he'll be way off. He's kind of like Shohei Ohtani. Like it's like if when they're on zone, they are in like that first inning, they're a little wild. They just fall apart and kind of are done short. So yeah, this is only under for me. And I get the Padres. Maybe this would be the game to take them. Maybe first five. But I wait till they go back to San Diego. Dodgers just have owned them. What is it, 13 of 14 now? They beat them in LA. So, yeah, I'm off here. I might be on the under.
You said the Dodgers have beaten the Padres 13 of 14 in LA?
In LA. Yeah, let me look it up.
Wow. By the way, Kevin Gausman got fucking drilled just now in the ankle, and he's coming out of the game.
Oh, great. That's going over then. 13-1. Yeah, straight up.
That's crazy. That's a really crazy number. I didn't know that. But yeah, no, Gausman coming out of the game, he got rocked right in the ankle, and he went down immediately. Well, when I saw the chat say Gausman down, I looked over and I was like, oh fuck, did he just like sprain his ankle or like pop his Achilles? But no, that hurts. That hurts a lot. He'll probably miss his next start, but I assume him to be fine, walking off on his own power. And yeah, 2-0 Yankee or 2-0 lead against the Yankees. Fred Reyes home run. So wow, a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening going on. So Connor, did you have anything on this game? I'm sorry, I was wrapped up in Gausman.
Yeah, just the under.
The under. The under. Okay, cool. So and remember, we'll say the 13-1 against them. That's a fucking crazy stat. And you Darvish home road splits. I was told in the chat as well. I think home road splits are probably the second most. Well, I don't know, maybe the most important thing to look at for a pitcher. I don't know about you, Connor, but if there's some like ridiculous home road splits, it's immediately like I can't back you. Or at least I'm super hesitant to back you. There's obviously different occasions. Right now, you Darvish, 42 innings pitched on the road this year. He's got almost a 5 ERA, 4.93. At home, he's got a 1.75.
Yeah, 2 bad starts where he gave up 5. But that's been kind of him the last 2 or 3 years. Dodgers don't hit him, though. But, yeah, Dodgers here, and I'd still look at the under in this game.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to watch. That's going to be a great game for the West Coast people. What's not going to be a great game, and I don't know why, I should have ended with Padres-Dodgers and not ended with this fucking horrifying tragedy of a game. Dallas Keuchel back on the bump. A 12.5, Connor. I do not know if I've seen a higher number this year for a total. I think I've seen 12.5 before. I believe also in Coors, obviously, but I don't think I've seen a 13. This is as high as it gets. The over, by the way, is juiced to -120, which even makes it more funny. But oh my gosh, the Rockies team totals 6.5. Even money. Oh my gosh, it's like the books know like Dallas Keuchel is just so bad, and everyone wants to fade him. Let's fucking jack up all the numbers and make it just so hard. So yeah, just a pass. I don't want to talk about this game. Truthfully, I really don't. This game sucks.
Yeah, D-backs pounded him yesterday. The problem is Rockies at home, our favorites here. You got to back Gomber, who hasn't been very good this year, at least at home. I don't like even Detroit got to Keuchel that last start. And they got 4 runs off him. 6.5. I'd hate to do it. The team total's super high. I'd look Rockies run line. I know it's a home team. I probably don't get to the window. You could go money line if you don't mind the 140, 145 juice. So, yeah, I'd only be on the Rockies. They eat lefties. Keuchel should get tattooed here. So, even yesterday, it got 12 runs in that game. There was runs late in this D-backs Rockies game. So
yeah, but shout out to the I forgot who comments today. My memory is shit, as you guys know. But they got the over on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. So that's always an electric way to get an over. Yeah, so this is just a shit game. This is so shitty. I'm sorry for ending with this game. I should have ended with a Padres game. But let's move on and let's recap our plays. Because, Connor, there's a lot of passes today, and it looks like I've only got 3 plays today after having a high volume day yesterday and kind of falling right on my face. But the 3-play day today, I don't hate it. I don't hate any of my plays today. I kind of like them all, and they're all around even money too, which is I've noticed last 2 days it's been a kind of a theme. I'm not purposely trying to do that. I'm not purposely hunting for plus money spots or anything. It just seems to be all my bets recently have been around minus 110 to plus money shots. So I kind of like that, obviously. And it's not even a conscious decision. So, Connor, I'll let you start off with your official plays. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, these are the official. I have the Tigers minus 112. I think they get it done today. A lefty at home. Red Sox run line plus 110. I'm with you, Jose, with the Pirates team total over 3.5. I got even money, So I think they get runs off Ashby today. And I'm going to put a little bit on that over 9. There's just been a ton of runs. I know it's Pittsburgh, but with these 2 pitchers, I got to throw something on that over in that game. And Braves first 5 minus the half, minus 110. These are my leans. The Dodger game, I might get to that under. Obviously, Sox, Giants, we talked about that. The 7 is a little difficult, but I go there. And I think I might throw something on this A's first 5 plus 140 there. And I lean over in that game. I think it's too low with Blackburn.
I forgot about the A's. I forgot about the A's bet. I need to write that down. I made the bet, but I did not write it down. So I'm glad that you just.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a little on there on that.
I am as well. So 4 official plays, for me then as I write this down. I'm fucking pissed that I'm getting a shitty line for the A's first 5. You guys are all getting minus 1 or
plus 140. You can't get plus 140.
Well, I'm just using Bovada because Texas is a pain in the dick, Connor, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm getting a plus 125 for that. So yeah, that's I'll say that's my first pitch or my first play. Excuse me. A's first 5 money line plus 125. Pittsburgh team total over 3.5 at minus 105. Come on, fucking Buccos. Come on. And by the way, everyone's laughing and saying Garrett Cole's trash. I'm still on commercial. I'm a little behind, I guess. I hope he did something else to be worse. That'd be hilarious. And it would be a true shame if he did lose today. It would be a true shame. I should have fucking bet the team total, man. Why didn't I?
That would have been the play because I think the Yankees hit this guy, McCarthy. I mean, at some point, whatever his name is. But yeah, that team total was fuck it. Can't take it back now. Unless you want to get on it live, whatever the fuck it is.
Probably like a 5.5 or something ridiculous. But by the way, yeah, I think that team total is a great look. I think it was D. Jenkins. He is the team total over 3 plus 120 here. So shout out to D. Jenkins. And by the way, Damon Santori, a good point. I forget about this. Let's never forget Trevor Bauer and Garrett Cole were teammates at UCLA. Prayers for that pitching coach, man. Prayers for that pitching coach. Do not know how to do it. Oh, and apparently I can use Bookmaker in Texas. Interesting. I didn't know that. Shout out to Leonard Porsche for letting me know. I didn't know that. But officially for me, like I was saying, Pirates team total over 3.5 minus 105. Houston team total over 4.5 even money. Red Sox first 5 minus a half at minus 110, and Oakland first 5 money line at plus 125 for me. Maybe I'll investigate Bookmaker today or tomorrow. We'll see because shitty odds there really annoy me.
Get it if you can.
Yeah,
if you get it.
By the way, Cheshire Cat, a good live look I think for Cheshire Cat. He's just saying he just popped team total over 2.5 for the Rays right now. Gausman's out. Why not? 2.5 right now? Is that real life? I've got wow. You can bet the Rays over 2.5 runs right now at minus 105. That is shocking. Is that not, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that.
Question. Yeah. I have another question for you. This is a stupid question, and I'll ask it for everyone. 2.5, is that including? So they have to get the 3 runs, or is that 2.5 more runs than they have now? So it says it.
Is it still 1-0 Jays? It's still 1-0 Jays, right?
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. So I'm looking at Toronto's then. Never mind. So yeah, it's 3 runs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Over. I see it now. Over 2.5 plus
Well,
115.
I had my my numbers mixed up there. Yeah, that's so dumb. I'm gonna move on that live right now.
The
There's
Blue
another
Jays bullpen with him out. That bullpen is
What?
not very good. So I think that's a solid look.
You know what? Thank you, Cheshire Cat. I got my numbers mixed up there. I was looking at the Toronto instead of Tampa Bay. As they just got one out in the top of the third, but I'll move on that right now. And you know what? It just let me refresh again. It just moved to over 2. 2. You know,
Yeah.
Connor, this is a live betting show in some instances. I'm gonna move on the 2.5. No, just
Move it.
kidding. You know, this is how live betting works. It's all the lines are obviously moving right now. I can get just a 2 at minus 110 right now.
Yeah. I mean, the 2.5, I see 125. I'm sure it's gonna move. But you got to think now that the Blue Jays got to go they still have a doubleheader, and now the bullpen's got to, go 6 innings here. They're not very good. Newsflash.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. I've got I find it funny. I got the 2 at minus 110 for me on Bovada, and then this funny Joey Harb's on Bovada too, and he has a 2 at minus 130. I don't know how the fuck all this works with the live betting. Obviously the lines move so quickly and drastically.
Oh yeah.
And they've got 2 outs now in the third inning with 4 pitches.
They just scored 1-1.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, great. Then Paredes is about to. So there we go. There's some fucking live betting right there for you guys.
Live action.
That's hilarious that we end the show like that. That's crazy. Shout out to Cheshire Cat for calling that out. That is just so fucking crazy. Yeah, it immediately just hit the home run. So now we need 1 run. That's so awesome. Shout out to Cheshire Cat. That's hilarious. All right.
Perfect to get that in. Now it's 3.5, 125. So booyah.
Wow.
Dude, that bullpen can't go this long now. With Gossman out this game, there should be runs.
Yeah. So, man, that's crazy. Shout out to Cheshire Cat. Great find there. Great way to end the show. So I will have that team total over 2 officially on my record as well. So I will tweet that out. And by the way, Nasty Nate saying I got Rays over 2.5 plus 116 and over 1.5 minus 155. That's how you do it right there, guys. All right, this is a great show. Unexpected turn out there at the end, but I love it. I love it. Shout out to you, Cheshire Cat. Great job at finding that. That's why this chat is so special. Thanks to all of you guys for making this show possible, as always. Hit the like button on your way out. My last thing before we go. Today is the UFC day. Big pay-per-view. Extremely big pay-per-view. A lot of great fights. 2-1, by the way. Yankees-Guardians. DJ LeMahieu home run. Huge day, and huge day for Pub Sports Radio. You'll see on the Pub Sports Radio Twitter feed, I will copy and paste the tweet into the chat right now, but we are partnering officially with UFC Strike, the official NFT sponsor of the UFC. They're going to be opening up packs and all that great stuff during the live stream tonight. Go sign up today.
Yeah, go sign up.
UFC, because that
costs
will
nothing.
Yeah. It'll be, first of all, transparency. It is gigantic for Pub Sports Radio because any officials partner with the UFC, and if we can look good for them, hopefully there will be more opportunities for the futures, especially, interviews, stuff like that. That's ultimately what we're building up for, build a better partnership with the UFC. So sign up today. All you have to do is put your email in there. I put the link in the comments right now. Nate met some of the guys in Austin. They're good dudes. So please sign up. Go watch the live stream tonight and let them know that Pub Sports Radio sent you by signing up in that link. I'll put it in the description of the YouTube as well if you're watching the replay. But like I said, sign up today for UFC Strike, NFTs, and watch the live stream tonight because the UFC is watching. All right, Connor, when's the next time you're gonna be on Pub Sports Radio? Where can the people find you?
I'll probably be on tomorrow with Sharpie. I usually do the Sunday Night Baseball with him on the Walking Dead. Canadian football looks, just go on Twitter. Check my guy out, Babano and Jimmy the Bag. Yes. Those guys kill it. Fellow Canadians. Yes, Jose played that little video for Canada Day.
We'll end with that.
Okay, go on Twitter, though. Look at their looks. They've been killing it. So tell them I sent you.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be hilarious. Of under Jimmy's tweet, just a comment Connor Mack sent me. No, Jimmy's been killing it. He's 11-3 this year, I believe. He's hit
Yeah.
all but 3 bets in the CFL for the last 2 years, really. So he's been killing it. He's been killing it, and no one bets the CFL, so you can obviously get good lines.
And they know it. They've been
Yeah.
watching that up there their whole life, every year. So they kill it. So follow them.
Yes, for sure. I love that. The last 5 minutes of the show is just turned into plugging everything else. Shout out to Pub
Come on.
Sports Radio.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Get
yeah.
it.
Happy Canada Day again for all our Canadian viewers yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's end with this lovely video. My heart goes out to you guys in Canada. Say hey, guys. Say hey on social media. My name's Jose Bouquett. Over there is Connor Mack, and we'll see you guys next time.
This is baseball in Canada.
We get the bonfire, and then we get the darts, and then that's what we do up here in Canada, eh?
This is the game as we know it. This is baseball the Canadian way.